So today I'm here to talk to you guys about the books that I'd like to read during May and June. I know I'm a couple days late on this, so apologize for that, but I have decided that I'm going to be doing every other month TBRs. I just am getting kind of tired of doing them every single month, and I'd like to be able to use that time to film like a different kind of video and not have that take up space. I have pretty limited time that I film, so I don't really want to be filming a TBR every single month. So this will be how it goes from now on, and we'll see how I feel about it. Maybe I'll change it back to every month. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have a preference on it or an opinion, if you think I should do it every month or every other month. For now, let's get just right on in to the books. Starting out, I'm not going to talk too much about these because I've talked about them every month since February, but I'll be reading Return of the King and The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. These are part of the Lord of the Rings readathon that I'm participating in this year, hosted by Books with Brittany. And so I'll be reading these. This one I'm going to try to read in May, and this one will be for June. Then, while we're on the topic of Brittany, I also will be reading Hyperion by Dan Simmons. She has been going on and on about how much she loves this book. She just read it pretty recently. I've actually had this on my TBR for several years now, and I'm really glad somebody really motivated me to pick it up. So from what I could tell from her, I haven't read too much about the synopsis of this, but it's basically about people that are traveling to do something on another planet. I think that planet has been populated, and then now they're going to solve some problem over there, is what I understand it to be. And it has topics about religion and different things, which I always really enjoy reading about in sci-fi fantasy. So definitely looking forward to picking up this classic this month. I also wanted to break things up with a thriller, and so I will be reading In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. I also have no idea what the synopsis of this one is, but I got this copy for free from my sister, and I've been really interested in reading some Ruth Ware, especially The Turn of the Key, so I figured, well, I got this one for free, so I'll read this one, see how I like it, and then pick up Turn of the Key later if I enjoy this one. Then I'll be continuing on with The Expanse with Nemesis Games by James S.A. Corey. This is book 5 that I'm onto in this series. I am loving this series. Every book I enjoy more than the last one. I'm super hyped up about getting to this. This is a very epic space opera series. It has a small amount of military elements, but the main focus is about discovering alien civilization and government conspiracies, all while in outer space. So I've been loving this series. I love all the characters. I love the world. I love the way that the plot develops. Just everything about it is superb. So excited to continue on with this one. Then I've got 2 books that were on my must-read of the year. This one was one that I had forever, and I just need to read it already. And that is The Names They Gave Us by Emery Lord. This is a YA contemporary. I know it deals with a lot of really tough topics. I think it deals with a parent having cancer or something like that. So be aware of that if that's something that you want to avoid in books. I've heard that it's very sad and emotional. It's following a girl who is going to a summer camp, and she usually goes to the same one every year, and then this one she's going to a new one, so she's making new friends and different things like that. I've been avoiding reading this one for a really long time because it's who wants to read a sad book? But it's on my must-read list. I've owned it forever, so it's time to get onto it. This was my next longest contemporary I've had on my TBR after Alex Approximately. So now that I've gotten that one done, I'm moving on to this one. I'll also be reading Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I've had this book since it came out, so I think that's been 3 years now. Still haven't gotten to it. This is another one that was on my must-read of the year list. It's a YA sci-fi following a bunch of different perspectives. I really love the Illuminate series so much, so I'm hoping that I enjoy this one just as much. I don't think I probably will love it quite as much, but I know it's got a really big following in the YA community, and I've just been really missing out on some good sci-fi lately. I've been reading a lot of fantasy, so this month I'm really excited to get back into sci-fi. I have a very exciting thrift store find, and that was The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. I got this one for $4.99 at my local bookstore, and it looks brand new, never read. The spine cracked when I opened it. I was so excited to find it there. I've had my eye on this one for quite a while. I've heard great things about Colson Whitehead. This is an alternate history book about if the Underground Railroad was an actual railroad, and it just sounds so good, and I've heard really great things about it, so I'm definitely excited to dive into this one. Another sci-fi I've been super excited to get to is The One by John Mars. there's this program that they've developed where they can take your DNA and find out basically who is your soulmate or who are you most compatible with. And you can choose to take this test to like confirm your relationship with your significant other, or it can completely destroy it basically, because if you are married to somebody or in a committed relationship and then you find out like that there's somebody else that you are matched with, it can completely like cause all sorts of problems. And I believe this is told from a bunch of different perspectives of all different people in the situation. So I've been so excited to read this one. I've heard it's great. This is going to be the book that I start out May with, and I cannot wait to get into it. I just decided right now to just throw in a 10th book because I have 9 and I'm like, okay, I had 9 and I just didn't want to leave it off at 9. I just would rather leave it off at 10. So who knows if I'll even get to all these. I probably won't, but I'm really excited to get to Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. This has been just calling my name for it, and I've been resisting it every month, but here I just needed to add it in. This is an adult fantasy set in a world where every 100 women are born with like super warrior strength, and then like every 1,000 men is born with the ability to call down dragons, or it might be reversed, something like that. Obviously I haven't read it. I know it has a very strong main character with a focus on revenge and his character development and dealing with that. If you're on BookTube for any length of time in the adult sci-fi fantasy community, you've probably heard about Rage of Dragons, and you've probably heard amazing things like I have. So I'm really hoping that I'm able to get to this one too. Alright, so that is the 10 books that I will be reading during May and June. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like the, I don't know what it would be called, bi-monthly format, then please let me know down below. And I'd love to hear your guys' input on that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like it down below and subscribe if you'd like to see more book content from me in the future. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!